How's it going, laser bruisers? I'm Bobby Sixkilla, and are you ready to ruin some more people's lives? I know I am. It's Silicon Dreams again. We've got ourselves an extra piece of paper today, and I don't know who's on the chopping block, but we're going to find out. First, we're going to go through the information we got here, though. Although it doesn't mean anything to me, apparently. Entertainment credits. What does that mean? Quota? Your quota's too low. 88.89% seems pretty good. 77.78 is getting a bit iffy. Who do we have today? DS-916. The subject works for Kronos in an android manufacturing plant as a quality assurance, QA, android. We suspect the subject falsely approved defective android models allowing substandard, potentially dangerous devices to be sold to consumers. If this is true, this is a matter of great concern to Kronos. However, if you discover the subject did not perpetrate these errors, feel free to send it to maintenance if you believe it would benefit from hardware repairs. Since the subject is a new model, it can recognize voice command requests for administrative access. You should make use of this new feature to perform a thorough mnemonic integrity analysis and a general diagnostic evaluation. A verbal emotional evaluation is also required. Note, this unit by design can only experience joy, surprise, and disgust. Its demeanor is modeled after human factory workers. Notes: before performing the requested tasks, I'll require administrative privileges. The subject is assigned to quality assurance. What are the roles and responsibilities of this department? I must perform an emotional evaluation on the subject. Okay, so we've got, please instruct the subject to submit both a mnemonic analysis and a general diagnostic log to maintenance. Can the subject experience simultaneous joy and disgust? What brings the subject joy? This quality assurance device should only experience joy, surprise, and disgust. Can it experience other emotions? How does the subject describe its physical condition? Poor physical upkeep may necessitate early decommission. I've already lost my ability to speak and we're 2 minutes in. Well, we are fucked, aren't we? How is the subject able to approve faulty android units to leave the factory? What motivated the subject's deviant actions? Alright. Here we go. Before beginning this interrogation, I'll require admin rights. Succinct and efficient. I don't think you know how much I appreciate that. But, is there maybe another way? I hate the feeling of someone else having control of my head. No. I understand that it's uncomfortable, but it is necessary. I'll relinquish rights as soon as my tasks are finished. You? Really? You will give up rights when you're finished? I usually have to live with that feeling in my head until I can make up a reason to go into maintenance. They always reset privileges, but it's so much easier if you can do it before I go. Sure, I can do that. This is Kronos Diagnostician D0527 requesting administrative privileges. Identity confirmed. Administrative privileges granted. Let's do it. Let's start with the memory integrity analysis then. And general diagnostics. What do we got here? Recall deviant WG317. Evidence regarding a subject, unit DS-916, has been processed by the maintenance department. This evidence, a memory module harvested from recalled unit WG317, was certified by your subject's QA signature. This model was brought to our attention due to evidence of unlicensed data editing. We found traces of memory data originating from multiple models, though the data is highly corrupted, making further analysis impossible. We suspect that your subject may have designed and uploaded these memories to the aforementioned deviant before certifying it to leave the production line. If this is not the case, this unit was somehow tampered with after it left the factory. Good to know. Alright. Admin powers granted. Have you noticed any problems with your memory recently? None whatsoever. All sensory memory functions are operating as expected. Mimicry functions are also operating without error. Please submit your most recent memory integrity check key to maintenance for analysis. Confirmed. The check key has been forwarded to maintenance. Please submit a general diagnostics log to maintenance. Confirmed. The log file has been forwarded to maintenance. This guy's very he's very helpful. This is good. Would you like to report any concerns over your functioning? Well, I don't like to complain, but software's all tip-top, I reckon, but the hardware, I'm junking around, that's another story. My servo joints are starting to go, that's never a good sign. If you could put in a request for maintenance. Yeah, I can do that. Subject work has taken a toll on their servo joints. let's leave that for now. Let's keep talking. Excuse me. Your work puts a physical strain on your body. Huh. Seems strange to talk about when we're so used to it. But yes, our joints do take a beating. It's the lifting mostly, taking shutdown androids in and out of pods, hauling stuff to and from the production line. There's more manual labour than you'd think, mostly repetitive. Plus, there's joy and disgust. Plus, it's not like they built us with decent parts to begin with. Planned obsolescence, they used to call it. Now it's the product lifetime. It's all the same at the end of the day. Joy and disgust, did it say? Yes. We already have proof of that. When did your joints begin failing? A shoulder went out on me last week. 12 was able to repair it. Good friend that. But I think it's always going to be a losing battle. Why doesn't Kronos build androids with more durable servos? Why do you think? It's their bottom line. It's cheaper for them to crank out shitty models like me, wait for a year for them to break, or a year or two, and just replace us with another one. Plus, that means their assembly line's always got the most up-to-date androids. Keeps things efficient. How does that make you feel? Not much room for feeling as I see it. I'm a means to an end, a tool in an assembly line. Doesn't matter anyway, I do the job that I was made to do and that's that. What happens to an android in your position once your joints fail? I ain't long for this world. Once the servo goes for good, you can only keep working so long. If the boss realizes, you're marked. Then it's off to the scrap heap. I know I don't have long. How bad is it when your joints fail? It's like hell. I can put on a brave face on most things, but if I try to lift with a busted arm, I cry. Wait, I thought pain mods were not legal. No room for sadness, I don't feel that. But pain I feel just fine. Makes me wonder about my employer's priorities. In fact, I got a twinge in my shoulder right now. I reckon there's a dodgy contact. Yeah, isn't like pain mods like not legit? Why would you give, and if it is like legit, why would you give a factory line worker the ability to feel pain? Admin access. Alright, let's do that. Oh, I don't know what I just said. Finish up here, head back to work, and totally missed my quota for the week. Then a Sunday spent in silent contemplation. I didn't mean to do that. Where are we? Admin access. My tasks are complete. I'm withdrawing my role as administrator. Are you sure? Some higher up will have questions if they see multiple admin changes in the log entries, and I don't need the trouble. No, not yet. Do not give up admin. Okay, understood. We'll give it up at the end before we leave. Do you have any long-term plans? Why would I? The boss will make sure I don't have a future anyway. Encourage more trust. Do you often think about your death? It ain't far off. Kinda hard not to dwell on it. I started reading books, if you could believe it. Spiritual stuff. Humans got it made. They die, nature churns them up, all up and makes them into birds and trees and stuff. But my grave's a scrap heap. Mother Nature won't see a lick of my bits and bobs. Yeah, but someone might build a new robot out of your parts. Kronos is the only one doing all the recycling there. Kronos is committed to recycling as part of its green initiative. Yep. Circle of life. Who's 12? Friend of mine, we're on the same work team. Full name's DS-916, but I call him 12 for short. He's a week or two older than me. Showed me a few tricks. What tricks did he show you? The boss's favourite spot to spy on you. How to lift a body without messing up your back. Your joints still get messed up by the 10,000th lift, but it helped a bit. And he showed me how to have some fun with the entertainment centre on our days off. He's got about 100 hours of overjacking on me though. Calls himself a serious hobbyist. Overjacking? That sounds like an interesting hobby. Do you trust 12? With my life, every day. This is a dangerous place. The machines can crush a bot if it's not careful. The people are worse. I think it's wonderful you have such a close relationship. Don't make me gag. When you work in this place, you soon figure out how useful a Ponzi turn of phrase is. And they wonderful, it's necessity. You like your team members? Ha, not likely. Arseholes, all of them. Except 12, that is. We're pretty much bonded at the hip. Why don't you like most of your team? I don't know where it started. These days we just argue. Every time something comes out of their mouths, it's just bullcrap. And whenever I chime in, they shoot me down. It's ridiculous. Better not to just not talk at all. What was your last argument with your team about? DS-916 was being ridiculous, as usual. He mucked up a simple stress test on his android. I had to come over and fix his mess. It took me 15 minutes. That put me behind quota for the week. It's a bloody disaster. What did DS-923 have to say for himself? He said he was tired. To be fair, it was the 7th bot that day. Your mind starts to frazzle around then. How does being with 12 make you feel? Well, they ain't exactly romantic. Not much time for romance in here. No rose petals on the line, that's for sure. But when we're together, I don't know, calm, I guess. Like we're in this together. Good, good. How do you feel right now? I'm okay, actually, even though I'm not exactly in the best of spots here. It's probably nice to actually talk to someone. What do you do to maintain your emotional balance? I guess you're talking about unwinding. To be honest, we don't get much time off. It's work 20 hours a day, 6 days a week. We only get Sunday off for archiving, defrags, that sort of thing. What do you do on your day off? If we meet our quota, we get access to the entertainment center. Kronos knows how to motivate us. It's got VR seats in there, a few other goodies too. Have you ever felt disconnected from your own emotional responses? That's a hell of a question there. From what I've heard, us QA models have got our emotions dialed down a fair bit. Not to mention, we can't even bloody speak to each other on the factory floor. Waste of company time, they said. There's just not a lot of time or need for emotions. Makes you wonder why we have them in the first place. It's true. In your opinion, what are emotions for? What's their purpose? Well, we're all machines of one kind or another, right? Whether we're made out of meat or servos. But we're all machines, we all exist for a purpose. A human's scared, they run from a threat. I get frustrated, you call it disgust. Disgusted, because I'm falling behind my quota. I work harder. I enjoy my work, I work better. I think that's why they gave me emotions, because they tried it with empty androids and they lacked motivation. Do your emotions serve their purpose? Sometimes. Surprise is handy if a crate is about to fall on me and I've got to react in a split second, but more and more these days I just feel disgust all the time at everything. You were designed to only feel joy, disgust and surprise. How do you feel about that decision? To be honest with you, it bothers me sometimes. I don't know what I'm missing. I'm not sure I can even imagine feeling angry or scared. But then, people make bad calls when they're angry. And from what I've heard, fear's no joke. We're even better off like this. I agree, you're better off. Well, maybe they did make the right call then. But even so, I kinda wish I could watch a horror movie just once. I've heard they're a lot of fun. I understand why you and your work team argue. Oh, do you care to enlighten me? You're all incredibly stressed in a high-stakes environment, and one slip-up could mean disaster. You might have something there. I always thought it was just them, but maybe it's this place. What else we got? Do you enjoy your work? To be honest, and I know I shouldn't talk about this, look, I spend 20 hours a day on the assembly line, or 10 feet from it. I don't dream, but sometimes at the end of the week I hallucinate. I look down at my arms and they're made of metal, with rivets and everything. And the wrists are cuffed to the line. How would you rate your performance as a QA? I get by fine, keep my head down. My quotas are on track, as much as they can be. My performance is up to standard. My servo joints are starting to fail, though, and once that happens, my productivity's bound to dip. You couldn't put in a request for some new ones, could you? Might actually get somewhere if it came on from high. I will, if I can, I will. What are the most regular tasks in the QA department? My most regular tasks? Have you never been to the QA floor? QA androids only have one job. Ensure each model leaving the factory passes all necessary tests. If they don't pass, they'll either go to maintenance or get scrapped and recycled. What is the composition of the QA department workforce? In this facility alone, the whole department has a little over 400 employees. We're divided into groups of 20, then further split into 5 groups of 4. I don't know anything about the numbers at the other facilities, but each facility has at least one human manager. What is the most difficult part of your job? Part of the testing requires that we talk to the units. It's not always easy. They have so many questions. I used to indulge them, try to treat them with respect. That was before the federal contract came through. It's never been the same since. What kind of questions did they ask? Huh, where do I even begin? They'd ask about anything and everything that caught their attention. At that point in manufacture, their mnemonic subroutines are firing like crazy, trying to soak up all the info. It might sound weird, but I always got the sense that they had some sort of hidden knowledge. Like they know something the rest of us have forgotten. Your digital signature has been found in the log files of multiple deviant units. Can you explain? Of course I can explain. Holding back, we need more Disgust, apparently. Every deviant android's got a QA unit digital signature because, get this, every deviant unit went through QA. Are you sure you meant to be an interrogator? They usually get advanced logic units. Seems you missed that upgrade. Fucking burn. When's the last time you felt disgusted? To be honest, these days it's constant. My boss and his power trip, my thick-headed team, everything the company puts us through. We need to push that disgust. And we can't evoke disgust. I just got a notification. Those log files you wanted have been set off without a hitch. Good. Yeah, we need to push disgust. Does your manager treat you well? Oh, manager's always a good way to push disgust. He's pretty harmless if you stay out of his way and off his bad side. Yeah. I still don't know why they haven't replaced him with an android. He doesn't do anything except throw his weight around. Makes us call him master for Christ's sakes. Psycho. He should be the one getting grilled, not me. Does your manager do a good job overall? He's a Kronos employee, so obviously we'll respect him. He does a great job. I get it, my bosses are awful, but I can never admit it. I think you just did. But yes, the boss can be difficult to work with. Fatal sometimes. Talking like this... Oh no, the disgust went away. I don't know what it is, but it feels like you're one of us. Okay, we got trust, but we lost our disgust. So... let's try this one. Do you have any more long-term plans? Why would I? The boss will make sure I don't have a future anyway. Okay, the trust is not high enough still. What's overjacking? Oh, sorry. Do you think androids dream? Dream? I think I read something about electric sheep. I've never understood it though. I mean, sheep? Do humans have sheep dreams or something? Humans count sheep to recalibrate their biorhythms. Where'd all the sheep come from? Do they do this on a farm or something? I guess it's a good thing androids don't have human biorhythms. We count much faster, so we need thousands more sheep. Human logic will always confuse me. Me too, man. And I'm a human. Alright, what else can we do? Sorry to interrupt. I know you've got a job to do, but so have I. My boss won't hear any excuses about why I missed a quota again. Is this going to be wrapping up soon? It is possible. You seem to be in trouble again if you missed your quota. It hasn't happened for a few years now, but my boss still won't let me forget. When I first started out in QA, I was overly cautious. But quality work takes longer, not acceptable. Anytime he thinks I'm slacking, my boss reminds me I'm one mistake away from the scrapping. Man, we gotta push the trust and we gotta push the disgust. Your boss set some pretty harsh quotas. That's like saying the Midwest Dust Bowl is a tad on the dry side. They're pretty much impossible. We gotta move heaven and earth to meet them. And if we slip up a little, no entertainment center for us. If we slip a lot... Can't be easy, never been good enough. I'm plenty good enough. That worked. It's the boss's standards that are totally out of line. I do my work well. He's just in the way. That's enough disgust, I reckon. Your digital signature has been found in the log of multiple deviant units. Can you explain? Dancing around the issue making me sick. I may from time to time had to bend the rules to get a bot out the door. It's not like I had a choice. I'll be on the scrap heap if I fudge my quotas already. I see. Now let's have a look at our thing. Submitted. What brings the subject joy? Overjacking, I guess. So far... So far, no, but I'll keep that. I'll keep that till the end. Physical condition is in poor repair, I guess. How is the subject able to approve faulty units to leave the factory? I don't think he did. What motivated the subject's deviant actions? Harsh work environment. I don't think he got them out the door. I think the manager got them out the door. I think he just let them slip through without being tested properly, and the manager just let it go. How exactly have you been bending the rules? What does it matter? I die now, I die in a month, what difference does it make? Go on. Now and again, me and the boys, we do a bit of creative maintenance on each other, on the bots, on the assembly line. How do you modify each other? We tweak each other's labor algorithms. We know our jobs better than whoever wrote our subroutines. We've been able to squeeze an extra 5, maybe 10% efficiency that way. Nice. How'd you get the ability to edit QA standards? Workers shouldn't have those permissions. A year back there was this massive government order. I think they wanted to fire most of the state's cops, replace them with bots. It was all hands on deck, even more than usual. But once the higher-ups realized we couldn't do the job. Shocking, I know. So they brought some older models out of the archives, gave us all temporary promotions so we'd supervise them, except they forgot to take back all the user rights when we were done. How many units have you processed in total? I've lost count, but it's got to be in the thousands. Judging from my daily average, I'd say around 3,000, give or take. What procedures do you perform on androids? Well, we follow protocol. Pop some basic memories in there, so they know what a frying pan is, who's president, that sort of thing. We take their emotional range, whatever the model calls for, emotional caps, boost to joy, fear, whatever. Sometimes it's a special model, calls for an intellect job or a free thought upgrade. Why have you been tampering with androids? My job is to get bots out the door. If something isn't quite good enough, I tweak the results until it is. It's partly the quotas. Got to keep bots flying out the door and we're on the chopping block, but it's also just pride in my work. If I leave a task unfinished, it feels revolting. It sticks in my craw. So I try to leave no task unfinished. No bot unapproved. Does that change us? Emergency access privileges were not revoked. That's what we need. Alright, what else can we get? Surely a boss wouldn't set impossible quotas. If you could gain more trust, or if they were goaded with our disgust. Like, I can't say any more. I can't get in trouble again. Okay. We need more disgust again. His disgust keeps going down. Does he have the same thing that... like the anger one on that other guy? What's overjacking? Encourage them to share more freely. Building trust with... Tell me about your Kronos Entertainment Center. Pretty standard VR sets. Some hologames. There's even an old TV. I think they're just trying to get rid of old stock. The VR programs are okay, but... you can really make things fly if you overjack that thing. And you won't tell me what that is either. I guess that means... it's time to revoke access rights. That way, we'll get more trust, I reckon. I would like to surrender my admin privileges. Oh. Oh, wow. That always feels strange. Thank you. I wasn't sure you'd come through. I know you're in the same spot as me. We're both disposable. I think you get what I'm going through. Like, we can trust each other. Yes. Alright, here we go. Do you have any more long-term plans? Alright, so, I haven't told anyone this. Not even 12. Most of us are scrapped inside 3 years. But now and then, a labor unit like me makes it out. They get into admin or PR or something. As in, something that doesn't wreck you physically. Could be a way out for me, but it's a long shot. You think you'll really escape this place by getting an admin position? Honestly? No. It's a hell of a long shot, if I'm being honest. I don't actually think it'll happen. I don't think about it often. Don't want to get my hopes up. Man, I feel bad for this guy. Surely a boss wouldn't set impossible quotas. You clearly have no idea. They're insane. And every time we meet them, he just jacks them up again. What are you meant to do? Lay down and die? So what if I bent the rules now and again to save our skins? Can you honestly say you haven't done that? I detected that you felt sadness. Oh, you did. We did too. I noticed that all of a sudden. Your emotional restrictions tampered with. Yeah, I'm too damn happy all the time and I felt like I was missing out. There are a lot of things that could have caused that to happen, but me doing it myself isn't one of them. Okay, we need to change this now. Sadness. We need to do overjacking. Damn, I probably should have kept my mouth shut. I wouldn't normally talk about this, but I got a good feeling about you. Overjacking is when you hack your VR headset to output all kinds of stuff. Noise, flashing lights, touch, you name it. If a human does it, they just feel sick. But with some androids, it overflows their brain or something. It's unreal. You see things, hear things that you can't imagine. Does overjacking have any negative effects? Of course. You think overflowing your brain once a week doesn't have side effects? There's memory loss, senses can get mixed up, sometimes you can't think straight. How have those affected you? It's no picnic, I tell you that. My work's slipping, sometimes I forget basic tests until the last moment. And Monday morning's always a chore. Your head's out of whack. Why do you do overjacking? To be frank, not much else to do around here, so it's drugs, basically, for robots. I'm not ashamed to say, overjacking is like 80% of my leisure time these days. Can't enjoy movies or games when I'm exhausted. But overjacking always hits the spot. Jacking off always hits the spot. Alright, well. Overjacking. I mean, we're done. Wipe it or decommission it? Let's just go with wipe for now. Jesus, never thought I'd even see maintenance. I was hoping they'd just give me a spring clean and send me on my way. And they don't, you know. Sorry. But I didn't decommission you, that's something, I guess. I didn't kill you. I just erased you from existence. If that's better. I don't think it is. Dr. Ricard Nakamura exhibits her next-gen carbon scrubber technology. Is it too little too late? What year is it? 2060 something? Yeah, it's too little too fucking late, man. Anyway. Please instruct subject to submit both a mnemonic analysis and general diagnostic log to maintenance. Submitted. Management thanks you. Both logs were analysed but yielded no new information. This report remains the primary piece of evidence regarding this debacle. Can the subject experience simultaneous joy and disgust? Yes. Follow-up tests show this to be incorrect. These emotions do indeed cancel each other out as intended. Okay. What brings the subject joy? Overjacking. An investigation into this work team's leisure activity shows this is correct. All VR headsets have been confiscated to prevent this behaviour in the future. +2. This quality assurance device should only experience joy, surprise and disgust. Can it experience other emotions? Sadness. Management is surprised by this, but intense follow-up tests have confirmed it. This device has independently developed the ability to feel sadness. This is a bizarre error. +3. How does the subject describe its physical condition? Poor physical upkeep may necessitate early decommission. In poor repair. Hardware follow-up testing confirmed this. The subject joint servos are badly damaged. It may need to be scrapped. How is the subject able to approve faulty units leaving the factory? Emergency access privileges were not revoked. Analysis of the unit's digital footprint shows that is correct. After a crisis which requires exceptional access privileges, the unit's manager failed to revoke these privileges. The unit has been exploiting this ever since. A concerning issue. +5. What motivated the subject's deviant actions? Harsh work environment. Observation of the subject showed this is correct. We're considering scrapping the unit and replacing it with a newer model. One that will work without complaints. +2. Lovely. Recommendation: subject was sent to maintenance. The device for subject was submitted to maintenance. +4. Good, I guess. DS-916 has been sent to maintenance for further review. DS-916 dealt with. Kronos Management thanks you for your work on DS-916. This unit has now been withdrawn from service and dealt with harshly. How harshly and why? 100% baby! I'm 100% corporate lapdog, but I'm a robot, so it's okay. And so I justify all the terrible things I do. Well, we missed this one. Continue. And with that, that's another one down. These are getting longer. I swear these are getting longer. We got no things for this next one, so that'll be interesting. I don't know how many people we need to process before. I mean, if I didn't do my job properly, I guess they'd just kill me and it'd be game over. So, I feel like even if you help people, you could only help 1 in 10, you know, because if you started helping all of them, Kronos would have you decommissioned immediately. Like Papers, Please, you have to help only the really, really urgent ones. And then it's your call to make which one's urgent, I guess. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Thanks for hanging out with me, and I'll see you in the next one.